All of you can hear me?
Yeah, good morning. We can hear you.
Okay, just wait for 2 minutes, guys. We'll continue in 2 minutes. Let others join. Thank you. Yeah, hi. So what we discussed in last session, I think we discussed about the introduction to process, and what is a business process and how many ways we can do the business process. And also we discussed what is the history of RPA, when RPA came into the picture, and also we discussed about what is scope for RPA and advantage, and briefly discussed about the disadvantages of RPA. So all of you remember that concept, sir, last class, just basic introduction part. So now in today's session, we'll start working with different types of automation tools. First, as we discussed in the last session, like first we'll start with the Blueprism. So what is Blueprism and which type of tool it is, and also we'll see like what are the like how to log into the Blueprism, how to set up the roles and permissions for the users in Blueprism. The complete basic information about the Blueprism tool we'll discuss it in today's session. Okay, so now first one, let me start with the introduction to Blueprism. So what is
Kishore,
Blueprism? And hello,
hello, Kishore, can you hear me?
yes, yes, I can hear you.
Uh, Hi, my name is Gautam, and I'm friend of Faisal.
Okay,
I missed first class, so is it recorded? Like how I can get back that
yeah,
class?
first session has been recorded. After completion of today's session, you just check with the management. They'll share you the recorded session of the first one. Not only first session, each and every session in this training program will be recording, and will share like accordingly, like to everyone in through Google Drive.
Okay, thank you. Thank
Yeah,
you.
in case if you missed any, I'll not suggest you to miss any sessions, but in case of emergency or something, if you miss any sessions, you just go through the recorded sessions, which is provided by our management.
Thank you.
Okay, yeah. Now, coming to the next one, we'll start working with the tool. What is the tool, Blueprism, and who developed this tool? That we'll see the overview first, then we can go with the installation part, and that we'll see in the today's session. So, what is a Blueprism, sir? Blueprism is the one of the robotic process automation tool. One of the robotic process automation tool. So, do you remember in the last session? So, instead of humans are working in a client business, we are developing the bots will be working on behalf of the humans. I gave you one best example. Do you remember that day, Bank of America example? What Bank of America clerk is doing every day? Whoever is opening the bank accounts, clerk is log into the log into the application, Bank of America application, and once they log in, go to the registration page and filling all the details of the customer who opened the account, and click on submit. Once they click on submit, automatically one unique account ID will be generating, and the data of the customer will be storing into the database. This is what clerk is registering the customers with the bank. Same work, what clerk is doing, same work will be performing by the bot. What do you mean by bot? I think last class we discussed it. What is a bot, sir? Bot is nothing but it's a configurable software. Bot or robot is nothing but it's a configurable software which is working configurable software which is working on behalf of the humans, right? That is called as the bot. So this bot we are developing, and once we run the bot, what clerk is doing, opening the application, log into the application, and go to the registration page, fill the details of the customer, and click on submit. All these actions, instead of clerk is doing, my bot will perform. My software, my configurable software will perform all these actions. This is the concept of robotic process automation. So here I have a question, Kishore. Who is developing this bot and how to develop this bot? You are saying like bot is nothing but it's a configurable software. And who is developing this bot and how to develop this bot? Right, how to develop this bot? These bots are developing by the RPA developers. We are learning this training program. We are attending this training program to develop the bots. Develop the bots are nothing but develop the configurable softwares. Develop the configurable software. So we are developing this bot. RPA developers are developing these bots, and these bots we are developing not manually, with the help of some tools. So many tools are available in the market. What are they? Blueprism, Automation Anywhere, UiPath, okay, nice tool, Work Fusion. So many tools are available in the market, sir. But the familiar tools in the market is Blueprism, Automation Anywhere, and UiPath. These three tools mostly we are using. Most of the processes are implementing with the help of these three tools. So now one of the tool is what? Blueprism. So you understand what is the robot RPA, what is the Blueprism? People are having the confusion. What is RPA and what is a Blueprism? RPA is nothing but it's a process automation. That automation we can handle with the help of the Blueprism tool. Not only with the Blueprism tool, we can use different tools also, but familiar tool in the market is the Blueprism. This is about the Blueprism tool. So why tool is required, Kishore, here? Because to develop the bots. Now coming to the next one. What is Blueprism? Blueprism is one of the robotic process automation tool which has developed by Blueprism Corporation. Blueprism Corporation based out in the UK. Based out in the UK in the year of 2004. In 2004 itself, they developed this tool, sir. But this tool becomes popular when robotic process automation is familiar in industry. From 2015 onwards, people have started using this Blueprism widely across the globe. We are using the Blueprism for process automation, sir. So this Blueprism tool has developed in the .NET Microsoft .NET framework, and the related database for this Blueprism tool is the SQL Server. That means SQL Server is required to install the Blueprism in your system. That is the reason first during installation, first they'll install the SQL Server database in your system, and then they'll install the Blueprism. So once you install the once your Blueprism get installed in your system, By default, automatically SQL Server also will be available. Got it, everybody? So what is a Blueprism? Blueprism is one of the robotic process automation tools which has developed by Blueprism Corporation based out in UK in the year of 2004. Right. So this Blueprism tool has developed in the Microsoft .NET framework. They use that code and develop this tool. And the backend database, the related backend database for this tool is the SQL Server. SQL Server's related database. And this tool, if you would like to work on this tool, if you have a basics of the coding, that is sufficient, that is suggestible. Even if you don't have a coding also, we can able to automate the process. Okay, automate the process. I told you clearly in the last session. Frankly speaking, we doesn't require any coding to work on this Blueprism tool or automation anywhere. Okay, but for interview point of view and for subject point of view, some people are asking some questions about the coding in interviews. That is the reason in this training program, 2 to 3 sessions I'll spend for coding as well. How to customize the code which provided by the Blueprism and how to write our own code in the Blueprism, that we'll see. But frankly speaking, none of my team members are not writing any code to automate the process. But I'll ask some questions about the coding in interview if I'm recruiting a new resource to shortlist if you have more candidates. Got it, everybody? So when coding will come into the picture here, if you have a more, if you have a less requirement and more competition, then ultimately we'll go in depth of asking some questions about the coding which is not related for work. Got it, everybody? So this is about the Blueprism tool, introduction to Blueprism tool. So let me show you how to open the Blueprism tool and how to set up the permissions, etc., etc. That we'll see. And installation part, you need not to worry. Our management will completely handle installation part. So you'll get installed mostly by tomorrow or by next class. You'll get the installation. You just get, management will get in touch with you. I think the others will get in touch with you for the installation process. So they'll explain, they'll install in your machine so that you can use it for practice purpose. You can use it for practice purpose, right? Now coming to the next one, how to work with this, Blueprism, how to launch this Blueprism, that we'll see. So I have installed Blueprism and it is completely licensed tool. Blueprism is completely licensed tool. That means if you want to work on Blueprism, we need to install the license. But license cost we paid, as per my idea, sometime back, 3 years back, we paid around 7,000 euros for one server license. 7,000 euros we pay, but license cost of automation tools are completely paying by the clients. Companies are not responsible for paying the license cost. Client is only responsible for paying the license cost of any automation tools. Okay, it is quite expensive. Blueprism is quite expensive tool, but don't worry. But Kishore, if it is expensive, how can I practice it? Do I need to purchase the license? Not required. You'll get some crack version, crack license, that means some pirated license. You can get it here. Okay, so that you can install it and you can practice it. But some features we cannot able to handle with this proprietary versions, that is called as multi-bot architecture, which we are implementing in real time. But I'll try to show you at least for 2 systems by connecting multi-bot architecture, which is not happening in anywhere. Even in industry also, we are not involving in multi-bot architecture. That means 2 systems, same server installation. That we'll see in the last sessions. Very advanced concept in Blueprism. And even in our project, we are implementing multi-bot architecture, but we don't know how to configure it. That will be completely handling by the Blueprism people. But I'll try to show you how to configure multi-bot architecture in this batch. So you'll get some hands-on idea like how to work with real time also. That is important. This is not for only clearing interviews. This is for working in the projects as well. This training is for working in projects as well. Got it, guys? Now we'll see how Blueprism looks like and how to launch the Blueprism, that I'll show you. Since I'm using, as I inform you, like it's a license version, since I'm using the latest version, since I'm using the something like pirated version, that won't support my current date. License got already expired, but how can I open it, Kishore? By changing the system date, I can able to open the Blueprism. Only you need to change the system date at the time of login to the Blueprism. Once you log into the Blueprism, as usual, you can change the regular date. You can change it to regular date. So my system date I'm changing from today to today to June 2017. Today to June 2017. June 2, because by June 30th my license got expired. Don't worry, but just by changing the date of the system, I can able to access it. Click on OK. Once I click on OK, my system date is 6/29/2017 now. This I'm changing it only at the time of login to the Blueprism. So how can I change it now? How can I open the Blueprism now? So once I change the system date, and remember guys, I'm strictly suggesting you don't install this Blueprism pirated versions in your office laptops. You can install only in the personal laptops, please, because it will be tracking, sir. If you are installing in the office laptops, it will impact for your work as well. That is the reason better you can install this in the personal laptops, personal computers. You can install it. Now, coming to the next one, how to launch this, Blueprism, how to launch this Blueprism. So, yes, somebody's asking something, trying to ask something.
Actually, I have Mac. So does it work if I change the date in
Mac is bit difficult. So this pirated version is bit difficult with Mac. Better you can go with the Windows only.
Okay, thank you.
And Kishore, it has to be a laptop. It cannot be like a tablet or something. Like an Android tablet.
That we need to check with the installation team, because this license means we can manage. Blueprism will support us. These things and all, pirated things and all, it is not supporting everything. At least whichever it is supporting, that we are just adjusting and we are working on it.
Okay.
I'll check with the team. Okay. Now coming to the Blueprism, how it looks like and how to open the tool and how to work on this tool, at least in the initial stages. We'll see. As I change the system date, now I can successfully log into the Blueprism. Where is the Blueprism tool, Kishore? This is the Blueprism tool. It's very simple. It's a very small tool. So you can see Blueprism. Just open the Blueprism tool. We are discussing about the version 5. In market, version 6 is there, but 6 we are not still implementing 6 in our project. Most of them are using 5 only. So we can stick up with the 5. Because of 5, we can go through the 5. So username, password. You need to provide the username and password to log into the Blueprism. So what is this username and password, Kishore? How can I get this username and password? That we'll see clearly with the example now. First one, important areas of Jesse. Assume that we all joined in one project. We all recruited in one project to work on Blueprism. Yesterday, we all recruited in one project to work on Blueprism. Once we joined in one project to work on Blueprism, before logging to the Blueprism and before working on Blueprism, first we should have access to log into the Blueprism, right? We should have access to log into the Blueprism. How can we have access to log into the Blueprism, sir? By default, we don't have any access. Then who is providing us the access to log into the Blueprism? That we don't know. That we'll see first. Simple, sir. Once client bought the license of the Blueprism, very important area. See, in this concept, you'll get the clear picture how you're getting the access to log into the Blueprism, right? See, once client, as I explained you a couple of minutes back, or 5 minutes back, client is only responsible for paying the license cost of automation tools, right? So we are all working in one project. We are all joined in one project, and our client bought the license of Blueprism. Once client bought the license of Blueprism, client will be assigning one of their technical person as an administrator for the Blueprism. When you bought the license of the Blueprism, by default, client will get the administrator access, right? So client will assign one of the technical person, one of their technical person as a administrator for Blueprism. What that administrator can do? That administrator can successfully log into the Blueprism with admin rights, and that administrator can able to add the users who is working here, adding the users and delete the users and update the users. All these things the administrator can able to do it in the in the Blueprism. So assume that we all joined in one project. You all joined in one project, and the client is Bank of America. So yesterday, Bank of America bought the license of the Blueprism. Once the Bank of America bought the license, I'm working in Bank of America. I'm a technical guy. So Bank of America is assigning me, Kishore, you can handle the Blueprism. Going forward, you are the administrator for Blueprism, and this is your user ID and password to log into the Blueprism as a administrator. So now by default, when we bought the license, administrator will get the access to log into the Blueprism. So I'm the administrator. I'm trying to log into the Blueprism now. How to log into the Blueprism, which my client, which I got already the user ID and password. I'm just entering user ID and password here. You see ADMIN admin. Next one here, I'm giving the admin 123. Once I log into the Blueprism as an administrator, all of you can see this is the Blueprism tool. Once I log into the Blueprism as an administrator, I can able to see here 6 different types of components at the left side. Same components are available with the names on the top as a tools, as a options, as a tabs we can see. Now, I don't want to explain each and every tab now itself. We'll see directly how to create the users. That is important, sir. So as administrator, once I log into the Blueprism, directly I can go to the system component. All of you can see the system component. In the system component, I can go to the security. In this security, go to the users. In this users list, I need to add all the users who is working in our project, all the resources who is working in our project in Blueprism. Understood? By default, when you bought the license from the Blueprism, they'll give you the license for administrator. So client is providing that administrator license for one of their technical person, and they're assigning that person as an administrator. What that administrator roles are? That administrator role is they'll log into the Blueprism first. They'll be adding all the users, resources who is working in who is going to work on Blueprism. And also, if some resource has relieved from the project, administrator has to terminate that user from Blueprism. And if the resource got promoted, administrator has to update the user details in the Blueprism. These addings, deletings, customization, updations, all these things are done by the developer, sorry, administrator of the Blueprism in the system component. I'm the administrator now. I'm going to add you resources, add the resources. So how to add the resources? So far, you don't have any access to log into the Blueprism. We observe it. You don't have any permission or access to log into the Blueprism. Now, I'm going to give the permissions to you. Who am I? I'm the administrator for Blueprism. So am I working for company or client? I'm the client employee. I'm directly working for the client. I'm the client employee because client has only purchased the license. That's what client is assigning their employee as an administrator for the Blueprism. So I'm the Bank of America employee. Okay, so I logged into Blueprism now, and I'm giving permissions to all the RPA developers to work on Blueprism. So how can I give the access? Go to the system component and the security and the users. Go to the users. Already 2 users are there. One user, I'm deleting it. Only one user you can see by default. That user is admin. Now I'm going to add my team. How I'm adding this team, sir? Just see. Click on new. When I click on new button, it is asking me, what is the user
Sure, we
name? What is
lost
the
the
name of?
screen. We lost
I'm
your
sorry?
screen. Your screen is gone. You need to reshare it, I think.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Everyone is unable to see.
Yes.
Now, can you see my screen?
No, not yet. Yeah, I still can't see it.
You can see right now.
No, I cannot see it.
Oh, what happens? And
Is anyone else able to see it?
No, you can see it.
No, we are not able to see it.
It's showing.
But my network is, everything is perfect. I don't know why you are unable to see. What about others? Can you confirm? Mahesh, Pulkit, Rajesh, Swati. Can you see the screen?
Is anyone else see the screen?
Yes, we can
No,
see the
even I'm
screen.
not able to see.
Okay, you know what? I'll drop and I'll join again. Maybe it's
Better you people can leave from.
Close it and open it again.
Yeah, I'll join back again.
Okay, whoever is unable to see, please just leave from the meeting and join again, rejoin again.
Okay, Kishore. So yeah, I rejoined. I still do not see anything shared.
Still unable to see?
Still unable
Yeah.
to see.
Yeah, I cannot see.
Same screen. Blueprism demo class.
Kishore, maybe if you exit and rejoin, maybe that might. Now we can see. Sure.
I'm back. Can you see my screen now?
Yes.
Okay, fine. So coming to the next one, how to log into the Blueprism as an administrator. I show you, right? As an administrator, I logged in. Who am I, sir? I'm not an employee. I'm the employee of the client. So my client bought the license and my client assigned me as administrator. Kishore, going forward, you are the administrator for Blueprism. You just handle or you just take care of the complete Blueprism activities. So as an administrator, first I need to log into the Blueprism. Once I log into the Blueprism, straight away I'm going to the system component because before working on Blueprism, all my team members has to get the access first to log into the Blueprism. So that is the reason first I need to provide the access to my team members. How I'm going to give the access in the system component. So go to the system component. In system component, I can see the users here first. In users list, I can see only my name because only I do have the permission still now. So now I'm going to give the permission. I'm going to add the users. How I'm going to add the users? Click on new button. Remember, this is not we are doing in real time. This is completely done by the admin people. So we need not involve in this area, but everyone should aware like how you are getting access to log into the Blueprism. That is the only reason I'm explaining this. But in real time, this is not our job. It is completely done by the administrators, right? Now, once I click on new button, it is asking me to enter the name and password and confirm password. So I'm giving the name. I'm adding the first user. First user I'm adding as a Kishore. I think Kishore is already there. I have already added Kishore sometime back. That's what I'm giving Kishore. Something like 7. Kishore 7. I'm adding Kishore 7 and enter password. I'm giving the password also as a Kishore 7. Kishore 7 and confirm password also I'm giving it as a Kishore 7. Kishore 7. Click on next button. Once I click on next button, it is asking me. For an administrator, I'll add the Kishore. But how much? What is the license expiry date you are giving? I'm not giving Kishore for long-term license and all. For every user, I'm assigning 1 year license first. After that, I'll renew it. That is the reason I'm giving the 1 year license for Kishore. That's what up to June 2019 I'm giving it. I'm not touching this part. And next one is license. Next one is expiry date for the password. Password expiry date. What is this password expiry date? If you are using Outlook in your project, every 3 months you are getting the change password confirmation, a change password email. What is that? For every 3 months, because of the security reasons, you need to change your password. So the same way here, I'm giving the access to Kishore. I'm creating the password, and how frequently Kishore has to change the password, that I'm specifying here. 4 weeks I'm giving. That means every 4 weeks Kishore will get the notification to change the password. Got it? 4 weeks, or you can give 6 weeks, 8 weeks. Like that, you can provide it. So 8 weeks, 9 weeks, and 10 weeks you can give it for changing the password. I'm just keeping 4 weeks as it is, and click on next button. When I click on next button, very important window. When you click on next button, I can see left side roles and right side permissions. What is these roles and permissions? I assume that in our project, 12 resources are joined to work in Blueprism. All the 12 resources are not having the same permissions to work in Blueprism. I'll give you the best example. I'm asking you to form a cricket team. When I ask you to form a cricket team, will you form the team with all the batsmen? Only batsmen? No. You're not supposed to form a team with only batsmen. You are not supposed to form a team with only bowlers, right? Because team should be combination of multiple players. Multiple different players means what? If you take the cricket team, 4 are batsmen and 3 are the bowlers and 2 are the all-rounders. One is the captain, one is the wicket keeper. This is the best team. Yes or no? Yes. So I'm not forming only batsmen in a cricket team. In the same way, in a team, in a project, there are 12 resources. We are the 12 resources who is going to work on Blueprism. All the 12 resources are not having the same roles and permissions to work on Blueprism. Out of 12, some people are the developers, RPA developers, some of them are the testers, some of them are the release managers. That depends on their experience, designation, and skill set. So according to their experiences and skill set and designations, I'm assigning the roles and permissions for the users in Blueprism as administrator. Assume that I'm going to add Kishore 7 now. Kishore is as developer. Kishore is the RPA developer. So what I'm doing here, I'm selecting the role as a developer role. When I select the developer role, automatically 2 checkboxes in the permissions section are selecting. What are they? Object Studio and Process Studio. That means what? As a developer, once I add the Kishore here as a developer, Kishore can able to log into the Blueprism with the credentials, but Kishore can able to access the Blueprism only Process Studio and Object Studio. Like as administrator, Kishore cannot access the complete Blueprism. Do you observe it here? As administrator now, I can see each and every component. I can do whatever I want. What Kishore can do only, Kishore can have only limited access to work on Blueprism. We are restricting the users to work on the Blueprism in their respective areas. So as a developer, Kishore can able to work only on Process Studio and Object Studio. These 2 components are available under the second component of the Blueprism, that is called as the Studio component. Clear all of you? Once I select this, click on finish. When I click on finish button, as successfully the user has been successfully created. Click on OK. Once I click on OK, Kishore 7 has been successfully created. Once the Kishore 7 has been created, automatically email notification will be triggering to Kishore through email, because Blueprism server is having the configuration with the email server. Whatever we are doing in Blueprism, everything will be communicated to the respective users through email. If I create one user, both administrator and the user will get the confirmation email. If I delete one user, administrator and user can get the email. If I update the user, same thing. Both user and administrator will get the update. Clear all of you? Now, Kishore, I am the team member. So today morning I got an email regarding the license. What is the license? Kishore, your account has been created to work on Blueprism. You can go ahead and start working on Blueprism. So once I get the confirmation email, auto-generated email, sir. Once I get the auto-generated email, confirmation email, now I would like to log into the Blueprism. How can I log into the Blueprism now? How can I log into the Blueprism? Simple, sir. How can I log into the Blueprism? Before log into the Blueprism, in real time, we need not to change any date and also. But here now I'm changing the date. Now I would like to log into the Blueprism. How can I log into the Blueprism? Just to change date and time. Here you can see. Go to the 29th. Click on OK. Once you click on OK, now as a user, Kishore, I'm going to log in. So first, administrator has logged out because usually it won't happen like this in real time. So admin is in one system, we are in one system, admin need not to log out, but now we are in the same system, right? That's what I log out from the administrator machine. Now I'm going to log in as a RPA developer. So what is the developer name? RPA account, what is the username I created as administrator? Kishore7. So now open the Blueprism. Open the Blueprism. I'm just giving it as a Kishore 7 and password also same thing. What is the password here? Kishore 7. Kishore 7 is the username and Kishore 7 is the password. Who is trying to log into the Blueprism now? Not administrator. It is doing by the developer. One of the developers is what Kishore. So click on sign in. So Kishore can able to log into the Blueprism. But once Kishore is able to log into the Blueprism, if you observe it, Kishore can able to see only Studio component. In the Studio component, only Kishore can able to see Process Studio and Object Studio. Process Studio and Object Studio. That's what we remember when we are adding Kishore into the when you are adding Kishore, only two roles. Role is the developer, permissions is what only Process Studio and Object Studio. By default, everyone will get the home tab access, so that we need not to worry at all. But now, as a RPA developer, Kishore can access only Process and Object Studio in the Studio component. That means, as a RPA developer, your majority of the work, your 90% of the work is only in the Studio component, Process Studio and Object Studio. Clear? Any questions on this? Right, everybody?
So developer will be able to see only studio and object, not like control, dashboard, nothing. Other tabs.
Yes. According to the standards, developer cannot access. But these are all the customized things. We can customize it according to your project requirement.
Oh.
I'll show you that how to customize it. How to customize and all we'll see. Okay. Now I added Kishore as a developer, but everyone is not a developer. I'm adding one more user for testing. How to add the one more user for testing? Now I'm just log out. I'm going to log in as a administrator. That is important, sir. How to add log in as administrator? Admin. Next one, admin 123. Admin 123. Straight away I'm going to the system component. How to add it? Users. Already Kishore is there. Now I'm going to add the second user. How to add the second user, sir? How to add the second user now? Who is the second user? Who is the second user? I'm just taking Faisal. Faisal is the second user I'm taking. How I'm adding it? How I'm adding this? How I'm adding this? How can we add this? Go to the system component. In that system component, security. In that security, I'm going to add. How I'm adding it here? Click on new, enter name. What is the name I'm adding, sir? Something like Faisal. Faisal I'm adding. Sorry. F-A-I-S-A-L Faisal. I'm adding.
Yeah, we can able to.
Okay, fine. So now, as administrator, you need to log into you need to create the second user. How I'm creating the second user? So the second user I'm creating it as same thing. Before creating the second user, You need to first one. Now, how can I add the second user? See, how can I add the second user, sir? Just see. Provide the license expiry date and password expiry date. Click on next. When you click on next, but now you can see, right?
Yes, we can see. I think everyone is.
Yeah, you can see.
Okay. Now I'm adding Faisal. Who is Faisal? I had already added Kishore as a developer, but all the 12 resources are not developers. And in that, some of them are developers, and some of them are the testers, some of them are the schedule managers, process administrators, etc., etc. And all. So now I'm assigning Faisal as a tester. If you observe it here, if you select the tester role here, in the right side, you can see only two components you can access. What are they? Control room and dashboard. Control room and dashboard. What is that? We can see what to create second user should the developer log out and admin should log into us. No need to log out because admin is doing in one machine and developer is doing in one machine. So that's not a problem since we are doing everything in a single machine, right? That's what I'm logging out and logging and showing you the so adding how to add the user style, I'm showing you. That's we need not to log out and no developer cannot assign because remember developer is having the access for only studio component, process studio and object studio. But for assigning users in Blueprism, we need to go to the system component. This system component access is having only for administrator, not for developers. Got it, Arun? Developer can't create users. We can't create any other users. It will be done only by the administrators. Okay, I'll show you that one. Now, coming to the next one, how to work with this. I'm adding Faisal as a tester. How I'm adding Faisal as a tester here. I'm adding Faisal as a tester here. Second. Right. Now, when I'm adding Faisal as a tester, see when I select the tester, when I select the tester here, I can see control room and dashboard. But be sure these two things are not sufficient for the. This is the globally Blueprism is suggesting for developer two roles, tester two roles, which is suggesting by the Blueprism by default. But in real time, we need not to stick up that according to our project requirement. We can customize it. How to customize it according to our project requirement? Here you can see manage Blueprism roles. Now if I click on finish button, Faisal can able to log in and Faisal can able to work on only control room and dashboard. Faisal cannot work on the object studio and process studio because Faisal is a tester. But Kishore can able to log in, Kishore can able to work on object studio and process studio, but not on control room and dashboard. Understand everybody? Now click on finish, I'll show you. Click on finish, user has been successfully created. After that, user has been successfully created. What is it? After that, what's it? Open the now how they can able to log in. Open the Blueprism. First, let me log out as administrator. See, two users I can see. President Kishore. Now see, sign out. and Faisal is able to log in. Faisal, and the password is virtual again, same thing. Faisal, Faisal is the password. Click on sign in. When I click on sign in, see if you observe it, Faisal can able to see only control room and dashboard. But previous example, Kishore is having permission for what? This studio component, process studio and object studio. And Faisal is having permission for only control room and dashboard. See, system component is not accessible for Faisal or any user because that is accessible only for administrator. This is the way we are adding the users into Blueprism as an administrator. I'm adding all the users. So whoever is working in our project into Blueprism, I'm adding all the users. Now let me show you how to manage the permissions. Admin 1, 2, 3. So by default, Blueprism is suggesting these are all the permissions for developer and these are all the permissions for testers. But I need not to follow the standards in our project, sir. According to our project requirement, I'm going to add the users. How to do that? Simple, new user I'm adding. I'm assigning the username as a third user. I'm giving it as a who is the third user? I'm assigning third user as a Arun. I assume that I'm creating Arun, Mr. Arun. I'm adding how to give the Arun here. I'm just giving Arun. Next one is the Arun 123. Just remember the password. Arun 123, and here also Arun 123. Arun 123. Click on next, and the expiry date and date. This I'm not checking anything. Finish. After that, I'm assigning Arun as a developer. But according to the standard, developer should have access for Process Studio and Object Studio. But I want Arun. Arun is the senior resource session that Arun has to involve in both development and testing. So I'm assigning Arun as a developer and tester, and so that 4 options Arun can able to access: control room, dashboard, object studio, and process studio. But I want something
Kishore,
more.
can you click on the plus sign? What is inside those plus signs there?
The plus signs inside that every component, sub-components.
Oh, okay, so component wise, okay.
Yeah, I wanted to make. You can give the control for concept wise, component wise, and sub-component wise. You got it.
Yeah, got it.
Now coming to the next one, how to customize these permissions. Simple, how to customize these permissions. I just click on a tester. As a tester, we can see only control room and dashboard. So click on manage Blueprism roles. When you click on manage Blueprism roles, I can see a role here, existing roles and the permissions. Here you can delete the role, add the new role, you can customize the role as well. Because these are all Blueprism has provided directly, we can change it according to our requirement. For example, in our project, there is no tester role. We have a validator role. Validator, we are calling them as a validator. That is nothing but tester. That means my admin, what they did, they changed the name from tester to validator. See, tester to rename it. So you can keep it as a validator. And after that, tester, control room and dashboard is there, right? I'm giving object studio and process studio also. That means what is that? Going forward, when you are adding any tester into the Blueprism, the tester can able to access control room, dashboard, object studio, and process studio. So these things we can customize over here. The customization part we can do it here, and once we customize it, we need to add the image. Once we add the users, those users will get the email notification. Immediately they can log into the Blueprism and they can start working on the Blueprism. This is the way we are setting up the permissions to log into the Blueprism as an administrator. Clear? Any questions on this?
Kishore, have you seen any, sorry, it's kind of non-related, but have you seen any jobs within the RPA space, such as Blueprism, where they're only hiring for administrator just to do the administrator work, or this gets done by managers or something?
Yes. Can you please come again? Please come again.
Sorry,
Sorry.
I'm saying in the industry, for Blueprism, are there any such roles where a person is just doing administration work, such as what you showed us, or this gets done by like support people?
Yes. The thing is, if it is a long-term project and a huge resources in a team, then only administrator is working in a project. But don't expect admin positions in India. Administrator positions mostly from abroad, because administrator who is administrator, client side resource only will be working as a administrators. That's what, like from the client level only, from the client side only, administrator will be working, but very less. Only admin jobs are very less in India. We have a jobs more for RPA developers who is involving to develop the bots. Even tester role, I told you, right, we have a tester role here. We don't have any testers here in RPA. We don't have any dedicated testers in RPA. We are using every person can able to work on work as a developer. Got it, sir. These roles are suggested. These roles and permissions are suggested by Blueprism, but it's not mandatory for us to follow. According to our project requirement, according to our layer, we can implement it.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
So that's all for this. That's all for this roles and permissions in Blueprism as administrator. Once I did it, the next level of the training will be how to log into the Blueprism as a developer and how to start working on the process studio and object studio. That will continue from tomorrow. Clear? Any questions?
So daily classes will be there or alternate days?
I'm sorry, madam. Can you come again?
Daily classes will be there or alternate days?
No, daily. So yesterday you got a break. That's what you are thinking. Alternative? No. Since day before yesterday is the first session, and today is second session. Tomorrow it will continue from tomorrow. Daily we have it.
Even in weekend.
I'm sorry.
Even in weekend also it will be continued.
No, Monday to Friday strictly.
Oh.
No need to have it on Saturday, Sundays. It's not required.
Okay.
Okay, so once you're comfortable with this, then we can start with the next level. We can start with how to start working on the Blueprism, how to start with Blueprism, like how to create the object and how to build the process. And we'll see technically we can understand. Commands will start. Any questions?
Kishore, I think it would kind of help. You might have already shown this, but if we have, like, say, when we start on Monday, from Monday to Friday, have some sort of schedule as to what you will do on each day, just so the expectations are set, so we kind of know that what we will go through on each of those days. Do you think that's possible? Like
which one? Monday to?
Like when we start on the coming Monday, just have some sort of schedule where on Monday you will go through these things, on Tuesday you will go through these, kind of like an agenda for each day, just so we kind of have a vision to look forward to as to what we'll do on that particular day. Do you think that's possible?
No, actually, it will take 30 days to complete it. That's what. We don't have any day-wise agenda here. Just complete course content. I think you have received it. That is the industry best content, sir. We'll just go through the content. Some concepts may be shuffled sometimes. Shuffling in the sense, independent concepts will be there that we can discuss at any time. It may be shuffled sometimes and all. But end of the day, whatever we complete the content, everything will be covered.
Okay. Okay. Thanks.
Okay, so what about
Kishore, one more question.
still getting the material, Mr. Arun? Yeah, what about others, Mr. Arun, Gautam?
Kishore,
Yes.
yeah, you were saying earlier that there's no development skills required, but when it comes to more resources, then you look for, okay, what development skills somebody has. But and for to work in Blueprism, we don't require any background of any language development or so. But still, what is that your recommendation is if any developer is working, what should be his background? Which languages he should have worked in to understand more around RPA? Is it a process-oriented languages or se- procedural languages, object-oriented? What is your recommendation?
One second, sir, please. May I know who is this, Mr. Arun or Gautam?
This is Pulkit.
Pulkit. Can you please briefly come again, please?
Um,
Just give me a short
I'm
period,
saying,
like.
yeah. Okay, I'm saying you initially you mentioned that there is no developer skill required, but
Yes.
it is preferred when you have more number of resources or so. So I'm asking, as a developer, what is the background that the developer should have, in which language preferably, or what kind of?
C sharp is required. Here, that's
Okay.
what. Just give me one day time. Tomorrow, you can understand why coding is not required, how it is.
hmm Okay, that's
Okay, and
around coding and.
coming to the interview perspective and all, I told you right. Industry requirement is getting changed. When
hmm
competition increases, irrelevant things also they're focusing in interviews to shortlist the candidates.
hmm
So for working on Blueprism, coding is really not required, I'm telling you again. But for facing some questions, we can expect some questions in interviews regarding the coding.
Okay,
So
then
interview,
when.
so as an interviewer, as a delivery head, I'm looking for the candidate better. Always I'm looking for the candidate who is having good command on tool as well as the coding.
hmm
Right. I'm thinking as a selfish. I need more
hmm
skill set people, but I don't want to use them for every skill.
Okay, and because it is a concept based on robotic process automation, is a process understanding is deeply required? I mean, should the
Yes,
developer be?
that is the main area actually. Suppose you are
hmm
automating one process in 2 months time.
hmm
Okay, these 2 months we are not automating. In these 2 months, around 60% of the time we are spending for understanding the process.
hmm
If you're able to understand the process, your 70% of the work is completed. Rest of the 30% is just implementation. That is the reason. Once we recruit the resources, first we'll provide training on the process, business process. Because if you
Okay.
understand how business is going, then only you can able to automate that business, right?
hmm And then when you said process, there is obviously always a hype in industry around when it comes to business process that you should have an understanding of BPM and so on and so forth. Is that what's
Hmm.
required, or is it generic understanding of what the business
Generic
process is?
understanding of business process, where you are starting and where you are ending the process.
Okay, so there is no method, no notation
No,
understanding is required. All right.
it's not.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. So, any other questions?
Uh, yeah,
Oh,
Kishore, I have some
Swati,
doubts.
yeah,
Yeah,
you are a C
uh,
sharp developer.
yeah, I have been working as a developer. Is it good move to go for
Pretty
RPA
much, madam.
or
Pretty much, madam. This is more suitable. RP is more suitable for developers and testers, especially, and also who is involving more into the client business. For them, this RPA is suitable.
Okay. What exactly we are going to do? Suppose in .NET, I'm going to plot a interpolation graph. Can I do the same using RPA tool or something?
Yes, what we are doing with the help of the C sharp is that's what I do, right? This code is already given by Blueprism to develop the bots. So suppose Blueprism has given one code to merge two collections. Assume that. Okay, so this
Hmm.
code we can use to merge two collections. But your project requirement is you need to merge three collections. If you want to merge three collections, Blueprism given code is supporting to merge only two collections. But you need to merge three collections. You need to do what you need to do. You need to open the Blueprism code. You need to enhance the code to merge three collections. They give two collections merging code. Now you need to upgrade that code to three collections merging. Here you are not writing the code, you are just enhancing the code which Blueprism has provided. For that you require C sharp skills.
Okay.
You got it. Here you are
Yeah.
not writing the fresh code from the starting. Already existing code we are updating and according to your project requirement. Every team member can contribute this.
Yeah. Understood. Yeah. Thank you.
Kishore, Madhu here. So how is
Yeah.
job openings on BP currently? And I'm working as a tester and have 7 years experience. So what experience I should try with on Blueprism?
Yeah, my suggestion is that you can try with 2.5 to 3 years. With this knowledge, you can easily clear the space of 2.5 to 3 years.
Okay.
So how you need to highlight in interviews? Suppose if you have 7 years of experience, assume that. First,
Correct.
you just tell them like first 4 years you worked done, right? And from last 3 years you're working done.
Okay. So what should I expect package in that case?
Yeah, for only 3 years of experience, people are getting 8 to 9 lakhs.
Okay.
So if you have some added QA experience also, right, then accordingly you can track it. See, I'm telling you right, yes, nowadays in industry, if you have a perfect skill set, companies are offering open salaries. Do you know what is open salary? Like you can quote how much you want.
Okay, Kishore.
Okay, QA you are into manual or automation.
Right now I'm working on automation, UFT.
Okay. Fine. That's fine.
So Kishore, I got a question.
Yes, please.
So currently I'm working as an RPA consultant. I'm using UiPath. Basically just
Okay.
consulting and just developing using UiPath. How different is Blueprism from UiPath? Like, are the skills pretty transferable from over there to here? Like, I would say my
Yes. If you understand one tool, second tool you can understand very easily. I don't know to whom I'm speaking.
it's
Your
Faisal.
good name? Faisal.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Almost both are same only. The process is same. End of the day, Blueprism developer is developing a bot and UiPath developer is developing a bot. But comparatively UiPath, we have more security in Blueprism. And we have a more technical support from Blueprism when we are working on Blueprism part. Automation anywhere. Recently in Infosys, one project got failure.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we have some negative trend on automation anywhere, especially from a couple of months. So the alternative for initial days, Blueprism, automation anywhere, UiPath. We have like this, but nowadays UiPath somehow it reached second position because of the failure of the automation anywhere. So it's really good if you have both the skill set like Blueprism and UiPath, because nowadays actually right we are expecting people who is having more skill set, multi tools at least.
Okay.
You can easily correlate and you can easily manage the things.
Okay.
Hi Kishore, this is Gautam.
And I may require some information about UiPath from you then.
Sure, anytime, no problem.
Because we are automating 14 processes total. In 14 process, 8 we are implementing with Blueprism, and the 5 we are implementing with Automation Anywhere. One only we are implementing with the UiPath, but I never get a chance to look into this UiPath in depth because of lack of time and all. I'm pretty much comfortable with Blueprism and Automation Anywhere. UiPath I thought of looking into. Unfortunately, we are working on only one process. That's what I'm not getting chance to look into that process.
Okay. Yeah, no
Sorry to
problem.
see this.
I think most of the US market is
US market is really good for RPA now, and minimum pay is $80 per hour. Because I have so many friends who is into IT recruiting in US. If you have a valid visa and all, I'll just link up with them. They are consultants. They are employers. They are from last 10-15 years. Okay, US market is good for robotic process.
Sure, actually, my name is Gautam and I'm doing the QA from last 5 years.
Hello. Can you please be louder?
Yeah, this is Gautam.
Yeah, please, Gautam.
I'm working as QA from last 5 years, but manual tester. I don't have any knowledge on even development or automation.
No problem. Okay. So first, as soon as possible, try to come out from manual testing, Gautam, because down the line, next 1 to 2 years, there will be no manual testing in the projects.
That's the reason, like I
Either you can go for automation testing, or you can go for robotic process automation.
Yeah,
These two are the suggestible options for you as a manual tester.
Yeah.
I'm not saying testing is not good and all, because even I started my career as a tester in 2005. But according to the market, we need to upgrade, right? That is always.
Yeah, right now every job like they're asking multiple.
Yeah, for manual testing, forget about the job and all. First of all, your resume will not get shortlisted for manual testing.
True. That's what happening here. So they're asking multiple tools.
Yes.
Actually, Kishore, I have the same question that Arun asked. Why isn't there much help available for Blueprism on YouTube or Google? Are they like a closed community, or why isn't there much help? Like UiPath has its own community. Blueprism,
yes.
Why is it so closed?
There is no reason behind that. UiPath is somewhat aggressive, like they are giving good response. Like if we inquire something, they'll keep on sending the emails and all. But Blueprism will not that much aggressive to do this support and all. Right? Do you observe it? Like we didn't see much blogs and all for Blueprism, because everything, whatever you want. I don't know about UiPath, but we have a great support, technical support from Blueprism. If you got stuck up somewhere, or if you need more assistance, immediately Blueprism will respond us. Suppose if you want to work on particular area which is not supporting Blueprism now, immediately we can request Blueprism to provide this, and they'll try to maximum provide it as soon as possible if you are the licensed holder.
Okay.
And certification is valid for Blueprism. I don't have about UiPath. Do you have any certification for UiPath?
No, I'm doing it right now. So basically, it's self-training. So they have the training material online. You go through it, and then you get the foundation course, and you get the orchestration. So you have to self-teach yourself. There's no, like, you don't have to go anywhere. You could self-teach and get the certification yourself. That's how UiPath works.
Okay. That too, comparatively Blueprism, it's quite simple. If you understand Blueprism and UI path and automation anywhere, we can learn easily. But you are learning in a reverse order. UI path you learn first, and you are coming to Blueprism first. If you understand Blueprism, UI path is quite easy for you.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, all. It's already 8:20. So that's all from my end for today. Shall we continue from tomorrow? And do we have any holiday tomorrow? Because
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, so
yeah,
please
thank
let
you.
us know if there is a class tomorrow, Dheeraj.
Yeah, Dheeraj will get in touch with everyone. They'll update you.
Okay. Thank you, Kishore. Thank you, Dheeraj.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thanks.
Thanks.